have an escape, so it's now 2-1 favor of El Haj.
Contact fell out. There's no injury time for that. They just dish it off and hopefully get it into fluid real quick and get back to the center. Both guys filling each other out. Boy, this mat looks big out here, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Really good looking. Nice toss by, double leg, strong, head square, finished off. TT El Haj up now 4-1. Cassidy to his feet. Hey, Oklahoma placed in by TT El Haj. He's got that inside leg hook and has earned at least 2 near fall.
2 points.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff right at the end of the first quarter.
Put that inside leg in, trapped the head in the headlock and went straight to his back. Again, it's a tough position to get out of, but when you're there, you're able to secure the wrestler and make sure your hips are good, and you start to count. He's in 45-degree angle criteria.
Probably could have been worth another point had they not run out of time there in the period.
Yep. El Haj good at putting 1 and 2 things together right now. Using the wizard nice, squaring up, earning the next single point. Got to be careful, sitting back a little bit. Cassidy now getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to toss and throw by. He's got that inside underhook with good head position. Shoots him out. El Haj heavy hips in. Cassidy now across the waist. Again, a wizard still in, trying to limp arm. Squaring up again, throw by again by Cassidy. Earns 2. Good job of coming back to it. Limp arms, gets both arms out and does a throw by. Earns his first takedown of the match. Getting it closer here at 7-3. Good matchup of quality wrestlers. A great job again, sitting out, posting on his head. Now he's got to be careful. TT El Haj does. He puts 1 move together. Now he needs to do 2. Now he goes towards his back. Does a good job of rolling through. Still hangs on to the elbow. Doesn't give up any back points. And is now trying to square off for 1. Cassidy trying to follow. Not giving up 1 yet. Looks like he's got a near side cradle. Not in a great position. Got to be careful with twisting that chin. He can't go hard on that. Still maintains control. Must return him back to the mat, which he's able to do. El Haj Granby's immediately up to a wizard. Squares off for 1. Good action here.
8-3 now. 30 seconds left,
nice.
Second period.
High crotch. Good heavy hips by El Haj. He's able to drag his legs, connect them on. Actually ends up from a bad position to a really good position. He hooks his leg here. He's going to get 2. He's got it now. 10-3. That was a really good. If any of you high school or younger kids are watching, that's when somebody gets so deep sometimes on a single like that. He just let him come, got heavy with his back hips, and was able to completely come around and be heavy on the hips and earn 2, even though he was in the defensive spot.
So El Haj is going to take a 10-3 lead into tonight's 3rd round at opening match, 138. Lower Dauphin coming off a tight match last night, holding on to beat Middletown 39-37. El Haj wrestled in that one, and he got a fall in just 19 seconds. Or, excuse me, 39 seconds. No, this was 19.
Cassidy in deep on a single. Crotch tied up, near ankle by El Haj. He's again almost using his foot as a half, trying to turn around. He gets his cradle near side. He's going to earn 2 and maybe more. Trying to get it hooked underneath the arm there. Might be in a tilt position now. He earns 2.
There's 2 more.
Really dominant on his feet so far. He's got that near arm trapped. Stalemate called by Jesse Rawls Jr. Jesse, an All-American wrestler at the University of Michigan, also a state place winner for Susquehanna High School. Coming from a long tradition of Rawls is from the Susquehanna Township area, and it's great to see former wrestlers out here as officials.
Well, looks like we have a timeout for some blood time, so let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And at HoffmanFord.com, they make it easy to find the new or used Ford you've been looking for. Search nearly 500 new and used vehicles right at your fingertips. And when you find one you like, you can even get pre-approved by applying online. Plus, you can chat live or text a real person to answer any questions you may have. Start your shopping at HoffmanFord.com. They make it easy to get into a new or used Ford today.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Back to live action. Michael Cassidy of Cedar Cliff looking at the short end of a 12-3 score with a minute left in period 3 to T.T. Elhaj of Lower Dauphin. And George, if you're Cassidy with a minute left, what do you hope to do here?
Well, right now Elhaj is blocking him off. He's got to be really careful about going towards his back. He's trying to work this Oklahoma again. Referee Jesse Rawls, knowing he's just squeezing him out there, calls T.T. Elhaj for stalling. But what Cassidy needs to do is get his head off the mat, and he needs to figure out a way to not only earn escape points, but also bonus points and back points quickly with 48 seconds remaining. Earns one. Again, 8-point lead, still a major decision. Elhaj sort of baiting him in with the leg, not making much of an attempt, content to hang there with a wizard. You might be tempted to see that's the first stalemate. Next one may be a stalling call from referee Jesse Rawls if he continues to hold off and provide no action.
But Jesse looks like he can still go out there and wrestle right now, doesn't he?
Oh, there's no doubt. He's got to stay in shape to be the principal of CD East High School. Proud dad Jesse Rawls Sr. We saw him here tonight, and Jesse's daughter, twin daughters, both at the military academy. I wrestled his brother James, and it's a great family, great wrestling tradition.
So it looks like we're going to have a major decision.
Ooh, that's really nice. Squeeze, strength, right to the back. That's one heck of a way and an explanation point.
T.T. Elhaj of Lower Dauphin gets first victory of the night. You're watching High School Sports Live. That's strength.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
So Lower Dauphin's on the board first with a 4-0 lead over Cedar Cliff. We move on to 145 now. It's Christian Pressel of Cedar Cliff taking on Sean Donnelly of Lower Dauphin.
A lot of action right off the whistle. And again, if Lower Dauphin has some level of advantage, it may be right here through this part of the lineup.
Donnelly also wrestled in that match against Middletown last night. He won a 3-1 decision, but that came at 152. Tonight he's wrestling at 145.
In on a single, but can't finish it. Again, Donnelly holding on to that wizard.
Donnelly comes in with 9 wins on the young season. Prestel also has 9 wins, so fairly even matchup if you look at the statistics.
And so far it's proving out to be that. Both guys have 2 shots in and no points awarded. Not doing much ear to ear there. Not any scoring you're going to have with that sort of underhook ear to ear position. Trying to control the wrist on the opposite side. Now they're in a position to score. We'll see if they take a shot. Here it comes. Donnelly in deep. Pressel now with a wizard again. Does a good job of squaring up his hips. No takedown. Pressel working double underhooks now. Back to the ear-to-ear spot. Won't expect much action here until the end of this period. Unless he does something stupid there. That wasn't a really good throw attempt.
1.9 seconds left. We'll come back and have a restart. So scoreless after the first period at 145 pounds, our second match of the night.
Donnelly defers to Pressel. Pressel selecting the defensive position to begin the second period, looking to score the first points with an escape or a reversal. Able to grab those hands. Got to be careful that he doesn't keep them locked, as Pressel. Donnelly again not holding on to much here. Going for a far side cradle. Now again this Oklahoma position. Not a really good spot to have, and Pressel earns the first escape. You'll notice when they're like that, you got a chance to score. Donnelly in on a single leg. Pressel again hanging on to the Wizard. Doesn't have much. He's really got to get under. Referee Jesse Rawls Jr. calling a stalemate. Back to our feet. Great job getting this single leg, but he just can't finish. Pressel doing a good job of diving and staying involved. Great job by Donnelly, then turning around, planting his ankle, and then coming in with a half to the near side. Now working the face a little bit with a cross face.
Takedown puts Donnelly in front 2-1 now.
Trying to work a far side cradle again. Crab ride. Not much action here. Both guys got to move. Pressel to his feet, restart. Still not putting one and two moves together. He's getting real stuck in the beginning instead of getting his head off the mat and trying to secure the wrists and hands, just keeping his hands planted. Great job by Donnelly keeping the weight forward to ride him out for the end of the second period.
So just the one reversal there in that period, so followed by the, after the escape. So it's 2-1, Donnelly over Pressel as we go to the third period at 145.
Donnelly on defense. Pressel already getting too high. He's got to shake him down. He's going to shake him down. He's way too high. He's got to be careful. His hips are getting way over top. Pressel's going to try and shake him down. Going to swim there. If he looks like he's swimming underneath, he's going to grab it and swim out, and does for two. You got to be careful when you throw those legs. You got to keep your hips back and your weight back. Now he's calling Pressel for stalling on top of it. So he's down 4-1 now with a stalling call. Donnelly dropping to a leg, has to come work out. He's got to work up. Still now we're looking for a far side cradle. He's been working at the whole match. Now he's still got one arm trapped. He's not in a good position to do a tilt here. He needs to come up underneath there, use his elbow sort of as a fulcrum and a leverage, and can't get it attached. Rightfully so, Pressel then pushes down to that side where he's trying to grab the arm. Not a whole lot happening from that position. Now he's able to get the leverage. Now he's able to try to lift that inside leg, trying to get him into position of criteria. Jesse Rawls Jr. counting. Earns 3.
There's the 5 count for 3. So that extends Donnelly's lead. Now 7-1, 15 seconds left.
Group of evenly matched wrestlers. Donnelly really came out more aggressively and
Decision for Sean Donnelly, Lower Dauphin at 145. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
So Lower Dauphin takes the first 2 matches of this one. The Falcons with a 7-0 lead over the Cedar Cliff Colts. We move to 152. Danny Segee of Cedar Cliff
versus Ricky
Skidmore of Lower Dauphin.
Well, the way we were talking earlier, with all of the cornstarch on the mat, we hope they skid less, not skid more.
Ba-dum-bum.
Sorry about the bad jokes. But the Skidmore now down 2-0. Danny Segee with the first takedown. Now trying to work hands on the near side. Trying to pull that wrist up. Now putting the bar in. Trying to attach it on the other side. He's getting out front to run it. He's got it in a good spot. He's caught the other arm too. Oh, he's able to turn quickly. Still keep it attached. Got to be careful with the near arm. Still got it in really good positions. Got to be careful with that arm. Referee's got to pay attention to the way that's being used. He's got him in a good spot. He's going to pin him.
Fans calling for it. There we go. Danny Segee of Cedar Cliff. First period pin at 152. You're watching High School Sports Live.
To hear a kid say that they're concerned about their safety in a school environment is it's heartbreaking. I'm sorry. I need my kids to be in an environment where they can actually focus on their education. That's paramount to me. The school does what it says it's going to do for the families that they serve.
There's never been a better time to make the switch. Enroll today at ccaeducate.me.
So Cedar Cliff's now on the board. They trail 7-6 as we move to match number 4, 160 pounds.
It's Isaiah Allman versus Mason Klingen. At least I think it is.
Klingen Smith, I believe.
So this is 160. I'm sorry, we've got, again, Isaiah Allman. And for Lower Dauphin, it's Clayton Ulrey, undefeated Clayton Ulrey. Clayton Ulrey with the first takedown. Already got a half in, trying to jump to the other side. He's got it in really, really deep. Attach the other arm. He's got it really tight, squeezes back. If he's able to work that arm free. Good job by Allman fighting off his back.
Fight off there. Looks like we're going to have blood time here. So while they clean things up, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Come test drive the new Jeep on Stetler's amazing Jeep Trail.
During the Big Finish event, drive a 2019 Jeep Cherokee for just $199 a month. Yes, just $199 a month.
Drive better, drive Stetler at StetlerAuto.com.
Back at Cedar Cliff, it's Isaiah Allman against Clayton Ulrey, undefeated Clayton Ulrey of Lower Dauphin. Ulrey only a junior already with 83 wins in his career. As we're, roughly halfway through his junior season.
Really nice roll through again to a tight half. He's going to trap this thing. It's not going to be much longer. He can only fight off so many times. He's got him flat. He's got to be careful. Get those hands out of the face, Jess. He's got it. There it is. Right there.
There it is. Clayton Ulrey.
Strong
winner
kick.
by fall at 160 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
So, getting ready to resume action here. 170.
Ben Snyder versus Bobby Wellen.
Mentioned the tradition here at Cedar Cliff and Lower Dauphin. The Whalen name resonates through the halls here at Cedar Cliff.
They graduated 88. I graduated 89. Team of Chad Pines and McCormick and a whole load of good wrestlers there. Action comes through. Elevator does a good job. Still the wizard position. Good hold by referee Jesse Rawls. Now he's got the leg in. That's going to be 2, regardless.
Now we got it.
It looks like Bobby Whalen, one heck of a baseball player.
Signed to go play baseball for the Cardinals of Louisville University. And he's on the wrestling mat here tonight at 170.
I'm sure Dad and grandparents are proud in the crowd tonight.
Yeah, I saw him up there earlier.
Nice near side cradle put in by Ben Snyder. Now, good job by Whalen fighting it off. Now he's back on his back, switches it up.
That's the reversal. So Whalen on top now, 4-2.
Really didn't secure that cradle before he tried to roll it through. And great job by Whalen in posting and turning right into gain a reversal. Now we're 4-3. Bobby Whalen over Ben Snyder. There it is. It looks like 2. Oh. No 2 awarded. Second period, Bob Whalen defers. Ben Snyder selecting the defensive position. Whalen with a 4-3 lead. Great job right off the jump by Snyder. Trying to free himself up, nothing awarded yet. Now awards 2 reversal. Jumps out ahead, 5-4.
Snyder had a 52-second fall last night in their match against Middletown. George, how difficult is it for high school kids to wrestle on consecutive nights? Is it a bother at all?
Not really. I mean, you're used to wrestling 3-4 matches a day. Actually, I like the rhythm of wrestling multiple days. And the good thing when you're sucking weight, for every consecutive day you wrestle, you get an additional pound in weigh-ins. So for both teams. So for that purpose and a couple of others, I think it keeps you in a rhythm. And these kids, by this point in the season, better be in good shape.
You're saying wrestle 4 or 5 times a day, say in a dual meet or a weekend tournament. But that's all you're doing. But here, I mean, you have all of the other things. You got the family life. You got to get up. You got to go to school. You got classes. You got everything. So that you factor that into the equation too. You're not concentrating just on wrestling.
Even though it's a long 6 minutes out here on the mat, and it's the most strenuous time you'll ever spend. These kids are spending 2.5, 3 hours in a practice in an evening too. So if they're not out here wrestling this match, for me, this was the paycheck. Right. And the payoff to be able to actually come out here and wrestle in live wrestling when practice, is such a grind every day in and out. Great match here, though. Both guys struggling for every point.
That's Snyder. 7-4 lead as we approach 30 seconds to go. Second period at 170.
McClaymon Snyder needs to work up. He still maintains control. They're looking for stalling. Still maintains control. Out of bounds.
We mentioned Whalen going to Louisville for baseball. He was also an integral part of the Cedar Cliff football team that made a run in the district playoffs. Yep. Is this the time of year now where the guys that did play football are pretty much in wrestling shape?
You're getting there. I mean, you know, again, I remember the first day after football, I'd always come into wrestling and throw up. I mean, you know, you thought you were in shape until you got to wrestling practice. And, you know, it's a whole nother level. But, you know, when you're a three-sport athlete that competes at such a high level, as obviously Bobby Whalen does, I don't think he lets his body get out of tune. Right. It's just a matter of getting those lungs back to where they need to be.
But it's much different where in football, you know, you're going for maybe 10 seconds at a time. And then you get a breather. Here you're going at it for 6 minutes.
A whole different level of conditioning. And by now, you know, you figure those guys are starting to get in the heart of the season. They're conditioning themselves to these kind of workouts. As we say that, Snyder works a near side cradle. It looks like he might have a pin here. He does.
He does. Ben Snyder of Lower Dauphin, a pin at 170 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Not sure if this is a surprise or not, but Lower Dauphin has won 4 of the first 5 matches tonight. They have a 19-6 lead over Cedar Cliff after 5 bouts as we move on now to 182 pounds.
And we talked about Elijah Ikeda being a big surprise here. He right away gets headlocked by the brother of Clayton Ulrey, Gannon Ulrey. And he's got it tight. He's got it tight. He's got to keep it locked up. This might be it. This might be a big deal. Talk about coming out in a surprising way. I don't think anybody expected this. Ikeda doing everything he can to fight out of this. Trying to keep an illegal headlock in. Ikeda twisting around, now switches it around. He's got this tight. He's grinding him down here, doing everything he can to fight. He's got to stay above that elbow. He loses control there. Great job of Ikeda fighting off, because that was a tight headlock applied. I know that's going to take a lot out of him and was unexpected, but does a great job of not giving that up despite being in a really difficult spot.
Wow, Ikeda in a 5-1 hole. 40 seconds left in the opening period at 182. This coming off an 8th place finish out at Powerade by Ikeda. Powerade, one of the big holiday tournaments in the country out at Canon Macmillan High School out in Western Pennsylvania, taking place last weekend. So Ikeda finishing 8th in a big national meet now, comes back and has an uphill battle here against
another headlock
at Lower Dauphin.
Again, he doesn't have it in.
Gets reversal. So he's fighting back. It's now 5-3. What an entertaining opening period at 182 pounds. That's good stuff, folks. Here's another look.
And again, the difference with this one is it was not secured. He tried to toss his hips and get a headlock, but was unable to snatch it up. And it looks like Gannon Ulrey, just like Clayton Ulrey, is extraordinarily strong in the upper body level, just not securing that headlock before he's able to try and work it over. Now again, coming up to grasp the front head in what could potentially be a pullback situation. Oklahoma again tries to bring him straight back. Very rarely see this today in high school wrestling. Not a commonly used move, but one that's sometimes been used as a stall tactic. And I don't think Jesse Rawls is any stranger to this.
Right. He hasn't looked over here for your advice.
He knows wrestling.
I told him beforehand, if you had any questions, look over to the table. George will tell you what to do.
Did I not say that? I mean, you got to, when you throw in that near side leg, you can't do a lot with it, and you either turn him towards his back or you're going to stall him out on his head. We used to have a guy from Northern that would hang in that position and it was controversial for years. And unless you're going to do something with it, you got to move to something else. Otherwise, you're going to hang out there, and Jesse Rawls will have no tolerance for that. And again, you put yourself in a bad spot. Now it's another potential throw situation. You got to be careful there.
So Aikita fighting his way back. It's now 5-4. As we approach the halfway point of this entertaining match at 182 pounds.
Both guys strong in the upper body area. We're going to see which one plays out first. I see Alry gasping for some air too, and I know Aikita took a lot out of him to fight off his back, but still coming forward. Got to be careful looking for the cement mixer. There's no secret to what Alry's trying to do. He's not going to provide much offense, but his defense is really looking towards countering the forward action of Aikita, trying either the headlock or a front headlock cement mixer. And again, I don't think you're going to see him shoot. He's really a counter wrestler.
Closing seconds, period 2. So it was Lower Dauphin's Ulrey with the big splash in the first period, but the second period, it was Aikita of Cedar Cliff working his way back into this one. It's 5-4 after 4 minutes, 2 more minutes to go at 182 pounds.
Talked about suck and win a little bit. You can see it's obviously taking a toll. Looked like Alry was trying to get some air in his lungs here at the turn. Again, I don't think you're going to see a lot of offense from him, but he gets to the side here and tries to work that headlock again and secures it. Shows that he can do something there.
Alry with a quick look up at the clock.
Aikita really the guy coming forward. Second stalling call. There it is. That was again a use and a look for a headlock. Didn't get it secure and actually found himself on his back with back points.
So what a move by Aikita. He is now in front 7-5 after trailing 5-1 after 1 period. The escape is now 7-6.
And again, I think Alry has to figure out a way to be offensive here. Again, he's the guy with stalling warnings, continues to back away, and has not made one shot attempt so far. Aikita has been moving forward.
His 5 points came in that one quick flurry, but Aikita's been the one who's been fighting back and steadily racking up the points now to get back in the lead.
And again, Alry has no single leg attacks. It's all upper body. But if he can catch you, he can get you. Here it is, trying that sag headlock again. Again, didn't have it. Desperation, out. And Aikita not taking too kindly. Doing a good job of really doing a power half there and dominating. Look at it, break in the face a little bit. Got to be careful there. You don't want to get over aggressive. He's trying to throw that cross face. Got to be careful. He can go there. Now it's another stalling warning. Head back. That's going to be unsportsmanlike. They got to be careful. You got to get control of this. I saw that coming. You got unsportsmanlike on red. And they got flagrant misconduct on green. So both guys now with penalty points. In that exchange, if you see it, great job by Jesse Rawls coming together and trying to bring back these guys for wrestling. Having some conversation. Evidently there must be blood time. He's going over the scores table to explain, but what I saw there, if you want to run it back, it was Gannon Alry really getting angry, and he was taking a couple of cross faces that were a little bit rough, but this is wrestling, folks. I mean, it's the way it goes. And what he tries to do is bang his head if the referee was in the way, but he tries to use the back of his head as a weapon to come up into Aikita's face, which is clearly illegal. And then the shove at the end is what earned the flagrant misconduct. So both wrestlers could have inflicted serious injury with that back of the head move. That was not good.
And credit Jesse Rawls for having all of that under control. He saw both things there and didn't just penalize one wrestler and not the other. So closing seconds at 182. It's Aikida on top 11-8.
I have a feeling you're going to see this headlock one or two more times before the end. I think he might slip off, and Aikida content with just laying back. It's called for stalling. Give credit to Ulrich for coming out strong. I don't like to see any of the dirty stuff. That was an entertaining match. First shot he takes all match. He doesn't look bad. He should try that a little bit sooner.
So big win for Elijah Aikida at Cedar Cliff at 182 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter Peyton had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Peyton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PeytonWalker.org.
So Cedar Cliff has narrowed the gap. And it looks like we have a forfeit at 195 pounds.
They got no one for him at 220 either, it looks like. I think they're going no one at 220.
No one, that's exactly right. 2 forfeits back to back.
Kyle Wiesner, son of my fellow official Dave Wiesner. I don't know if Dave is still officiating, but I know he's also in administration in Lower Dauphin and actively engaged in wrestling. And I know I watched his son wrestle for many years. Now 14-0 at heavyweight 285.
So we are going to jump up to 285 after those back-to-back forfeits.
Shires. There it is, using that weight advantage early. Got to again, trap that, and come there. Got the arm there, he got it. This is going to end quick. If he's able to put that weight on him right there, I don't know if he's going to come out of that. That's a different story when you got a heavyweight on top of you. There it is.
Kyler Wiesner, a pin at 25 seconds at 285. Puts the Falcons back in front. You're watching High School Sports Live.
I can really buy local produce at Giant?
Yep, brought it in from our backyard. Well, not my backyard, but close.
Sweet.
Find out about our backyard at giantfoodstores.com/local. Giant, the official grocery store of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Trying to keep track of everything here. We've just had 3 forfeits in 4 matches, and the one match we did have only lasted 25 seconds. I wish I had 4 hands here, right, trying to keep everything in order here. But we're flipping the scales now. We go to 106 pounds, and it's Cedar Cliff on top, 27-25.
Then we got Carter Powell from Lower Dauphin. Quick fall.
Fall in 21 seconds. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Okay, so we are actually now at 120 pounds. Cedar Cliff on top now, 33-25. And no, folks, you didn't fall asleep and just wake up and miss a couple of matches there. You just had a flurry of forfeits back and forth. Lower Dauphin at one point was up 19-9. Now the Colts are on top 33-25. Just 4 matches later.
We've got Max Klingensmith from Lower Dauphin versus Colbert, a district placer 2 years ago from Cedar Cliff. Bear out to a 2-0 lead, has a arm bar, not able to secure the far arm. Still working the same arm. Klingensmith with a 4-8 record. And he's heading to his back. Colbert now trying to get up on top, twisted him, trying to get double boots in. This is going to be one that ends quickly, I believe. You don't want to blink here either. He's stretching them both with his legs and his arms, trying to get both scapula to the mountain. There it is.
So Colbert, a winner by fall in 1:18. You're watching High School Sports Live.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Okay, so we're now at 126 pounds. 126-pound match. It's Creed Bogardus for Cedar Cliff.
I believe in Matt Rodriguez.
And it's Bogardus with the first points. George, we did all this research. We have all these notes, and we don't have time to mention any of them.
we had storylines for days today. We're going to have to catch them a little bit later. But nonetheless, I mean, Lower Dauphin has come out here and put up a really good and valiant effort. If it wasn't for forfeits, I think they'd be in this match. With a great effort, first of all, out the gate from TT El Haj, and then some real dominating performances by folks through the middle of the lineup, Klingen, Alry, and then with that great match at 182, did not go Lower Dauphin's way, but absent the forfeits at 103, 113, and a couple of there at 195 and 220, Lower Dauphin has been competitive in every other match.
Mentioning this is a big match in Mid-Penn Keystone. A couple other key matches going on tonight as we speak. Big one in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Central Dauphin at Chambersburg.
Good.
Chambersburg right now looks like the team to beat up in Commonwealth. And they actually have another tough one coming up on Saturdays. They're going to be taking on Spring Grove out of York County, who's also one of the favorites at this point in the season in the team competition.
Spring Grove and Dallastown down in York, and you got Chambersburg and Cedar Cliff up here.
We mentioned Spring Grove. Spring Grove taking on Gettysburg tonight. That's an important one in York Division I. So Creed Bogardus with a 2-0 lead after 2 minutes at 126 pounds. I mentioned the Spring Grove Gettysburg match. Gettysburg was the Division II champ last year. Got bumped up to Division I this year. And,
big difference. We'll see how they do tonight.
Yeah. So Dallastown has already defeated Gettysburg this year in a tight one, 32-31. So we'll see what Spring Grove can do in this one. And then Spring Grove and Dallastown will have their annual tussle coming up on the 17th.
I was expecting Cedar Cliff to have more bonus points tonight, you know. But you really coined it in the outset. You talked about maybe not the depth, but certainly the quality with Lower Dauphin wrestlers. In all their spots earning bonus points and victories where they needed to. It won't allow them to prevail, but it certainly kept them in a competitive match. I don't know, they need to bump up some of their junior high and elementary kids. They got enough on staff down there. Don't know why they're without their 195 and 220 pounder. Also lacking at 103 and 113.
past the halfway point of this one. 126. Creed Bogardus of Cedar Cliff with a 4-0 lead.
Bogardus with a nice, it's called a snow plow. He hooked it in. He's been working this for a while. He's got to take it and get it chest to chest and do it in enough time. Got to lift on that head, trap the back arm. Make sure he's lifting up on that head to get those shoulders and scapula down on the mat. Great job of bridging out.
Good job bridging and fighting back.
Just leaving that arm behind is never going to allow you to get out. Get wrist control. Don't let him come underneath the arms and go.
George, how tough is it from the coaching perspective when you're going into a match and you know you're probably going to be giving the other team 18 points in 3 forfeits?
Very tough, especially when you're facing a lineup where you got 3 guys going to Division I. And you've got a team that just came off of an 11th place finish in Powerade, went out to Colorado to compete and has competed on a national stage. I don't think, you know, from a scoring perspective, Lower Dauphin could have expected any better tonight.
Bogardus close to a pin.
He has been in that position a lot. There it is. There it is.
Still fighting, fights it off.
For those of you at home that want to think that it's college wrestling and the moment your shoulders touch, you're pinned, it takes 2 full seconds in high school wrestling to have your scapula or your shoulders pinned to the mat in order to earn the fall. Not a touch pin, 2 full seconds.
Getting close to technical fall range here, to 12-0 lead.
Only needs 2. He's back out on the snowplow. You should have listened to the coach earlier.
Yeah.
Look what happens. Great things happen when you move.
So 15-3 now. Just over 30 seconds left.
There's all kind of stuff you can do there with that elbow pass, but the idea from going ear to ear, this is the way it will end. Until the dump. 17-3.
17-3 winner, Creed Bogardus of Cedar Cliff at 126. 1 match to go. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Final match of the evening.
J.J. Wilson.
Denver Kalinovich versus J.J. Wilson of Cedar Cliff.
J.J. Wilson, one of the more distinguished wrestlers in Cedar Cliff's long tradition of great wrestlers. J.J. with a 130 victories in his career so far. 4th at the state meet last year.
Oh, nice. I'd like to see more kids do that. As soon as they reach up and try to come up, they hit him with a nice throw by. Again, trying to get that arm trapped around the top. Going to let him up.
It's just a 2-1 game here, right?
Yeah,
take down, escape.
It's impressive, and you know, point to notice. Some people may say that the other wrestler stalling. There's a difference between overpowering your opponent and stalling. In this case, it's clear overpowering. It's not that Kalinevich. What is it? Kalinevich isn't trying to wrestle back. It's just J.J. Wilson's controlling the head and being really able to do what he wants from his feet. He wants a little work. Maybe he's trying to keep his weight and maintain it, and keep.
Kalinevich is a freshman going up against one of the more seasoned seniors you're ever going to run up against.
You know, all matter of experience. Get in there and fight, and he is.
So it's probably the highest scoring period I can ever remember seeing in recent memory. 19-8, J.J. Wilson headed to Cornell.
Traps that arm. I think it's going to be it right here.
There it is. That's going to wrap things up. J.J. Wilson of Cedar Cliff finishes it off with a pin at 132 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live.
Just what you're looking for, Hoffman has it.
And at HoffmanFord.com, they make it easy to find the new or used Ford you've been looking for. Search nearly 500 new and used vehicles right at your fingertips. And when you find one you like, you can even get pre-approved by applying online. Plus, you can chat live or text a real person to answer any questions you may have. Start your shopping at HoffmanFord.com. They make it easy to get into a new or used Ford today.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for, Hoffman has it. Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case, Construction, and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Welcome back to Cedar Cliff High School. Quick work tonight as the Colts take care of the Lower Dauphin Falcons by a final of 49-25 in a Mid-Penn Keystone Division matchup. We have a couple of post-match honors to hand out. First of all is our Wrestler of the Match, sponsored by Hoffman Ford. And that's going to go to Lower Dauphin's TT Elhaj in the opening match of the night. And this was really a match of 2 guys ranked #1 in the district although in different weight classes. It was Michael Cassidy of Cedar Cliff bumping up to 138, but El Haj at 138 with a very workmanlike, very impressive 16-4 win over Cassidy, and that got the Falcons off and running. But then one of the matches that kind of turned things around, and it's going to be our move of the match, sponsored by Capital Region Insurance Agency, and that's going to go to Danny Segui of Cedar Cliff. He fell behind, but then came up with a move there and got a fall in 1 minute 23 seconds, and that got Cedar Cliff back down to 7-6. But from that point on, it was pretty much Colts all the way. A couple of forfeits there kind of bloated the final score. That was Segui with the move of the match. As we said, Cedar Cliff wins at 49-25. Next broadcast of High School Sports Live is going to come up tomorrow night at Cumberland Valley in Central Dauphin East. Basketball game coming your way at 7:30 here on ABC 27.3. Our next wrestling match will be next Thursday. The same Falcons of Lower Dauphin will be playing host to the Polar Bears of Northern. That should be another entertaining match in Mid-Penn Keystone. So, George, your final thoughts on how you saw this one play out tonight?
A great night for a reveal in Cedar Cliff. All the storylines were great. The outcome, I think, was a little bit surprising. I mean, I think you coined it in the opener. There are quality wrestlers within Lower Dauphin's lineup. T.T. El Haj being the head of that group, as well as Clayton Ulrey, who put on a really impressive performance here tonight. So I think we got young men, Wiesner as well, guys you're going to see at the end of the season and postseason. Cedar Cliff, again, from a lineup perspective through and through, probably the team to beat in District 3 this year. I think they were probably a little disappointed in some of the key matchups. But the one thing I really enjoyed by both coaches tonight was the ability to put together a couple of premier matchups, not move kids away from each other. You know, coming off of Powerade, wrestling in these tournaments, and then having a dual meet experience where you go up against kids of equal or better competition. And we had kids that are wrestling that are committed to Division I schools that lost tonight. That's the kind of quality wrestling we saw here at Cedar Cliff Gym. And I think it's the kind of quality wrestling that, because these teams are exposing themselves to, they're going to have both individual championships and a run at a District 3 repeat team title.
Okay, so as we wrap things up here, I'll give you 30 seconds to give your rant on Penn State wrestling.
It gets no better. I mean, Cale Sanderson is the best coach, and I've never seen a group of athletes assembled in a way that has more fun with a much more difficult sport. Murderers Row, the excitement around the return of Gavin Teasdale, Roman Bravo Young, Jason Nolf now exceeding the pin record at Penn State, and you know the week of that was had by Mark Hall against Valencia, who no one gave a chance to after last year's road.
Back
and
in
then
December.
The most exciting guy in college wrestling that you have is Bo Nickel. Every time I watch wrestling, and I've watched it for years, I'm never more on the edge of my seat, because he's more comfortable being uncomfortable than any other wrestler I know. And in the end, I guarantee you will be on your back looking up at the lights, and he'll tell you all we do is win national championships at Penn State.
This week they took part in the Southern Scuffle down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. 10 weight classes in collegiate wrestling. Penn State entered 18 wrestlers in those 10 weight classes. 12 of those wrestlers ended up placing in that tournament. So it shows you what kind of depth the Nittany Lions have as they continue to roll on as the #1 ranked team in the country. So again, that's going to do it here from Cedar Cliff tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope everybody had a happy new year. We'll be back again next Thursday with more live high school wrestling. That will be Northern York at Lower Dauphin. But tonight it was Cedar Cliff on top of Lower Dauphin, 49-25. For George Hartwick and all our members of our Invicta Sports team, thanks for watching, everybody. John Reppert saying good night from Cedar Cliff.